Hello everyone, this is lesson 4 from chapter 6, Air and Water Resources. How do we use air and water? Air is an important resource. Air surrounds Earth. Moving air brings clouds from which rain or snow falls. Moving air is used to help make electricity. People need the oxygen in air to breathe. Water is another important resource. People use water for farming, cooking, drinking, and traveling. Factories use water to make things. People swim, fish, and play in water too. Air and water are renewable resources. The oxygen in air is replaced by plants when they make food. The water we use is replaced when rain or snow falls from clouds. Most of Earth's water is in the salty oceans. People cannot use it to drink. They must drink fresh water, or water that is not salty. Fresh water is found in rivers, ponds, streams, and most in lakes. It is also found underground. Water that is held in rocks below the ground is called groundwater. Glaciers, icebergs, and sea ice are other examples of fresh water. However, this water is frozen. It would not be easy to change this frozen water to liquid water. Only a small part of fresh water is usable. Fresh water is a limited resource. Aqueducts and reservoirs. How do people get water? Not everyone lives near fresh water. How can people move water to where they need it? In some places, pipes or ditches called aqueducts carry water to where it is needed. In other places, people build a wall called a dam. They build this wall across a river. The water behind the dam gathers in a kind of lake called a reservoir. The reservoir stores water for people to use. Wells. To reach underground, people should dig wells or deep holes. Water fills the well. It is pumped up from the well when it is needed. Treating water. In many cities and towns, water is made safe for people to drink. This happens at a water treatment plant. First, water sits still in a tank. Then the heavy things in the water fall to the bottom of the tank. The water is then moved through layers of gravel and sand. These layers trap mud and other tiny things. Chemicals can be added to kill any harmful living things in the water. Then the clean water is then piped to people. What can happen to air and water resources? Air and water can be polluted. Water can be used up. Then these resources cannot be used. Pollution is what happens when harmful things get into water, air, and land. You can have land pollution, air pollution, and water pollution. Pollution can make living things sick. Pollution happens naturally. Volcanoes and wildfires pollute air with dust, gases, and ash. Eroded soil can wash into water and pollute it. People cause pollution too. When people burn fossil fuels, they pollute the air. Trash, oil, and fertilizers can pollute the land and water. People use fertilizers to help plants grow. When fertilizers soak into the ground, then the ground is polluted. Using up resources. Suppose that you turned on the faucet and no water came out. It could happen. People might use water if they waste it. People waste water when they allow leaky faucets to drip. People waste water when they take long showers. Running a dishwasher that is not full also wastes water. Can you think of other ways that people waste water? How can you conserve resources? Everyone can make resources last longer if they conserve. To conserve means to use resources wisely. You do not have to be a scientist to conserve resources. You do not even have to be an adult. There are many things you can do to use fewer resources. There are things you can do to help protect air, land, and water.